Today's project's going to be getting our Avalanche ready for winter. It's a '07 with 291,000 miles on it. So it's getting a little old, getting a little rusty. Basically just using it for winter driving now, trying to keep the salt off the new truck. It's getting pretty rusty underneath as well, so we did buy some fluid film. We'll go through and undercoat it with that, paying attention to the frame especially. We're going to check all the fluids. We put a water pump in this recently, so we need to check our antifreeze. We'll go through it, check the brakes, make sure all the lights are working, all that kind of stuff, just to make sure we're going to get through the winter with as little hassle as possible. I'm not sure what other channels you guys watch on YouTube, but one of the ones I watch is Flying Sparks Garage, and they did a video similar to this last year for one of their cars, getting it ready for winter. They're in Texas. Kind of made me chuckle a little, so I figured we'll do a northern version of that today with our Avalanche. Here's a few of the products we're going to be using today. We bought 6 cans of fluid film in the black, and it came with the extension hose that shoots 360 degrees. So that's the first time we'll be using that, so we'll give it a try. Got some windshield washer fluid. It's the de-icer, the -25, none of that cheap blue stuff for us. Gets a little too cold around here for that. And some Rainex. I like using the Rainex, especially in the winter. The frost and snow doesn't stick to your windows nearly as bad when you apply that first. Alright, so let's check the antifreeze. Like I said, we put a water pump on this not too long ago, so we've had to change the coolant. There's a line on here where you're supposed to fill it to. Right there. Shake some of the bubbles out. That's up quite high. -45. Yep, don't think we have anything to worry about there. Next, we'll take a good look at the battery. That's been changed, no, not too long ago. Maybe a couple of years now, but pull out the cover here and make sure it's not corroded. Good connection still. Everything still looks clean there, both the positive and the negative. Next, we can top up our wiper fluid. And again, we'll use the de-icer. Alright, that's close enough to full. Next, we'll just take a quick look at our belts and hoses. All the hoses look decent. Belts, well, they're original. They should be replaced, both of them. We have one for the air conditioning, and then one that drives everything else, the alternator and the power steering pump and the water pump. Yeah, it'd be a good idea if we change those before winter. So if you've never used the Rainex, I suggest giving it a try. Just spray it on your windshield. I just kind of rub it in like you would a wax. And it's kind of the same as a wax. I let it dry to a haze and then come back and buff it off. not only will the rainwater just bead right up and roll off, but the frost, the ice and snow just don't stick to the windshield nearly as bad. I'll let that haze up for a few minutes. So we've given that a chance to dry, to haze up a little bit. And we'll just come back with a clean paper towel and just kind of buff it up a little bit. And there, we're good to go. So next we're going to drop the spare tire. Haven't done that in a while. We want to make sure that it's not seized up in there. Put our key in and pull the lock. If I remember right, it's the big end that goes in first. There we go. Yep, that seems to have caught something in there. We'd hate to be on the side of the highway in the middle of winter and not be able to get the spare down. Doesn't seem to be moving. Well, it seems like there's a problem. So crawl underneath and figure that out. Just a swift kick is all it took to get that loosened up. It was coming down now. That looks like it's as far as it goes. And there's a hook in here to wrap onto the cable, if we can pull that out. Pull the tire back and out. So we've got it up in the air as high as we can. I think next what I'm going to do is grab a scraper and some compressed air and just get all the loose rust off of the frame and underneath the truck, and then apply the fluid film. We're not going to be too overly picky because this is a rust bucket anyways, and we know it's not going to last too much longer. So yeah, if we can get another year or two out of it, we'll be happy. It's just really rusty and really, well, it's just getting crusty. The amount of dirt and rust that's fallen off the frame is, well, it's quite extensive. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. I haven't seen any holes in the frame yet. I guess that's a good thing. But wow. And there's just salt and sand and dirt, and it's just full. Like it's just coming off in sheets. I don't really know if this is worth it, but we've got started. Let this be a lesson. You know, if you live in the Rust Belt, anywhere where they use salt on the roads on a regular basis, take your vehicle in, get it undercoated in some fashion. From everything I've researched, you want to stay away from Z-Bart. Z-Bart is not the best for your undercoating. You'd rather go with Crown or fluid film or something along those lines. We've had our Silverado in every year since we've owned it, and the frame doesn't look anything like this. It's still in really nice shape, but then again, it doesn't see a whole lot of winter use. It's raining rust. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but I'm just blowing out the inside of the frame rail, and dust is coming out like crazy. All kinds of sand and rust. No, I'm pretty sure the wife's not going to let me in the house when I'm done this. I'm getting pretty dirty. So that big pile of rust and dirt on the floor there is just what I've knocked off from the axle back. This is going to take me a while. Well, the undercoating is done, and I guess that's what you would call too little too late as far as that goes. The rust underneath this truck is pretty severe. But it should help it, survive maybe another year or two. Well, anyways, it looks like we're just in time for this getting ready for winter thing, as it started to snow. So about the only thing left to do now is put on our winter tires. We've got some Firestone Winter Force studded snow tires that we run in the winter. But I think I'm going to wait a couple weeks to put these on. The snow we're getting today is not going to last. It's going to get a little warm again. So I'll probably wait 3 or 4 weeks and get them on beginning of December probably. Anyways, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.